I'm all caffeinated up and ready to talk about Wonder Woman. Spoilers! Now, for the most part, the spoilers, or like the spoilers we're talking about, didn't really start until the second act, but there are some spoilers I would like to talk about in the first act. First of which being, obviously, while they're still in Themyscira, when Wonder Woman, or Diana's basically trainer, dies. I guess aunt, because she's the sister of Diana's mom. But when she dies on the battlefield, that was a flippin' emotional scene. There are a lot of emotional scenes in this. And what I loved, as I've said in my non-spoiler review, is that they built up her character and they built up Wonder Woman's character before killing her off. So I actually felt for Wonder Woman because I understood the connection she had with her when she died, and it was again an emotional scene. It's my favorite thing how they just build up characters before they do the important story stuff, which is something Batman v Superman honestly didn't bother to do, and that was one of its biggest problems, one of its biggest faults. So Wonder Woman basically addresses that, and I love that in the first act. Now I want to move on to Act 2 and 3, where the brunt of my spoiler talk is gonna be. And the first thing in the second act is the No Man's Land scene. Oh, I absolutely adored it. I kind of touched on the scene in the non-spoiler review, but I love, oh my gosh, the scene is just amazing. The way, you know, Steve Trevor is like, you can't go over there. It's no man's land. No one can cross it. And then she's just like, screw you, dude. Turns away, takes off, you know, the clothes she was wearing, has the armor on, and then it's just like, I'm doing this shit, whether you like it or not. Climbs up that ladder, you know, starts blocking the bullets, and everyone's like, whoa, what? And the funny thing is, bullets hit her legs, and she doesn't even know it, and she still got the shield up, like bullets can actually hurt her. That was a nice little detail, that she didn't actually know that the bullets wouldn't hurt her. She just put the shield away, you know? She's blocking bullets like she actually needs to, but she doesn't. I love those little details of them showing how naive Wonder Woman is to her powers, and I just loved the motivation in the scene, the way the music built up. And I know slow-mo can be cheesy at times, but I thought it really fit here. The slow-mo, the way the music built up, the way that, you know, when she was blocking all the bullets, the troops were like, huh? And then they just like freaking jump over the No Man's Land and assault the trench and finally take it over, you know? Because Steve Trevor was saying that they hadn't gained like an inch in however long they had been there, or at least in a year or so they hadn't gained like an inch or two. And Diana comes along, Wonder Woman comes along, and they frickin' get straight into the enemy trench and clear it out. And then they go to the village and they save that village, and I love that. The fact that Diana is running in there, you know, not just because she loves to fight, which she does, but she's running in there because she wants to save those people. She wants to, you know, have them be free again. It's just amazing, especially the shield part, where Steve Trevor gets his guys to take that, you know, plate of the tank or whatever, hold it up, and then, you know, get her to jump up into that tower and just take out the top of it. That was awesome. It's like, yep, definitely dead. And then when she walks out, oh my gosh, dude, amazing, amazing stuff. I love how after all that intense action, you know, it's just simmering down. Her and Steve Trevor dance. You see the Scottish guys singing. You know, everyone's doing their own little thing, and it's just peaceful. I love those little moments like that where, you know, superhero movies show that they can be dramas too. They can be romance films too, and stuff like that. I love it. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover on the second act. I mean, there is minor stuff like the whole Dr. Poison shtick, when she throws the poison into, you know, the whole thing of German generals who want to stop the war. But hey, that's very minor. I have a lot to talk about when it comes to the third act, though, so let's get into that. So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously the twist with Ares. Now, I'm kind of torn on this, because the twist was cool to a degree, but I really liked the way that she killed, you know, the German general. Ludendorff was his name? Yeah, Ludendorff was his name. I really liked the way they built that up and had the music, and then she stabs him and like the echoes and everything. And then it's like, oh wait, it's not over. Either way, it was a cool twist, but at the same time, I was kind of expecting it, because in the trailers, you see tons of other crap happening that hadn't happened yet. So again, it's a twist I kind of knew about. But the thing with Ares is I liked the subtle stuff they did when it came to, you know, how Ares disappears and stuff like that, and just appears in a different place. And, you know, Wonder Woman's just like, whoa, what the hell? It was just, I don't know. I thought it was some great filmmaking tactics, and it was very subtle filmmaking tactics too. It wasn't like overblown and stuff like that. It was just very subtle, and I liked that. The other thing I really liked is that when Steve Trevor was like, maybe it's not Ares, maybe we're just crap people, we have good in us, but humans also crap people and wage wars. And to a degree, I think he's correct, because Ares said, you know, he inspires the people with their ideas. He doesn't plant the idea of war in people's minds. He plants the idea of how to, you know, wage the wars and stuff like that, which kind of contradicts itself with the way things happen. When Ares does die, he kind of confirms that humans can be crap on their own without Ares' influence. But here's the thing for me. Could they have not just made Ares lose the mustache when he started fighting? At least the mustache. I can live with it because the guy did a good performance either way. But like, just a little pet peeve. Shave that mustachio. Maybe in the Blu-ray version, no mustachio, okay? Nada. Maybe even some red eyes, I don't know. Now, what I really loved is how Wonder Woman is struggling against Ares because she doesn't realize her full potential. And then she gets freaking like choked in those tank tracks, and I really felt for her. She was in pain, and it sucked, right? I felt for her because they'd been building up her character the whole time, and I really felt for her, you know. It got emotional. I teared up a little bit because, you know, the actress did such a good job of conveying actual pain, and it was great. And not only that, they did the scene of Steve Trevor leaving to, you know, save the day because she can save, you know, the world forever. They conveyed that scene so well, you know, the way that it was all just a blur for Wonder Woman. And then, you know, he gives her his watch, and then when he leaves and kills himself to save the people he saved, you know, that is what unleashes Diana's fury. You know, the first man she loved unleashes her fury to defeat Ares, and I really loved that. Rather than her just going berserk mode for no reason, it was because she lost someone that she cared about, the first person she'd had a romantic relationship with. And on the subject of Steve Trevor, what a great character, right? And that's what makes me so happy about the way they handled his death, in the sense that it wasn't just like, boom, I'm dead. You know, he had the gun there, and he was like, oh, you know, deep breaths. Should I do this? Whew. And then he does it, and it was freaking, I loved it, because you just get that last time to see Steve before, you know, he's gone. And again, this triggers Wonder Woman's fury, Wonder Woman's anger. She goes freaking Dragon Ball Z on those German soldiers. And Ares is like, yes, do it. And then she's like, wait, maybe I shouldn't do this. And then she goes ape shit on Ares. And, you know, Ares tries to make her kill, you know, the poison lady, Dr. Poison. And she's like, hell nah. Like, she's thinking about it at first, but she's like, you know, you're just broken inside, Dr. Poison. I don't need to kill you. And then goes straight for Ares. Ares does all his lightning crap. She gets it in her gauntlets. You know, she blocks it with her gauntlets. Flies up, is like, goodbye, brother. And then lightning just goes straight through him. I loved that in particular. That was an amazing way to end it. I thought. I loved how she just unleashed her power. She just, you know, believed in what she could do, and she killed Ares. Now, the one part of Act 3 that really did annoy me, though, was at the end, when Ares dies, you know, randomly, the Germans are just not hostile anymore, and the Americans against the Germans, the French against the Germans, aren't hostile either. The Scottish guy isn't hostile. Now, I guess it would have been okay if, like, you know, they stop being hostile and it's just kind of awkward and they just kind of walk away from each other. But they're freaking like pals. They're like, ha! You know, like they put their arm around each other and stuff. And that was just too cheesy for me. And while also Wonder Woman's main thing is like love and compassion and all this other stuff, when she's like, love is the way to win, I was like, you're right on the cheese rail, just a tiny little bit, you know. But hey, minor pet peeve. You know, as I said, I gave this movie an A-, and it's even kind of growing on me. It could maybe be an A. Definitely not an A+ though. Maybe be an A. But I'd still give this movie an A-, which is a damn good score, you know? It takes a lot to get that out of me. Excluding Ghost in the Shell, I don't know what I was thinking on that one, okay? And obviously that end scene was amazing. She flies! She flies! I loved seeing her jump off that building. And oh, no, that was no jump. You can say what you want to say, but she was flying. She was flying, and she looks awesome flying. I just loved the way it built up the music again, and then whatever the hell she flew. I think it was more like this or something like that, or I can't do it. But anyway, that was awesome. Great way to end the film. But in the end, guys, Wonder Woman did what I wanted to do. It was amazing, and I've really enjoyed talking about these spoilers with you. If you think there's anything I've missed that's pretty big, or just something I've missed that you want to talk about, put it in the comments below. Tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong as well in the comments. Like down below if you feel so inclined. Subscribe somewhere around here at the circle button on the screen. Twitter links down below. Twitch links down below. This has been the Randy Andy Show. You know what to do, and I will see you in the next video.